Hi. I am trying to find new ways to motivate myself to finish my novel. Right now, it feels like I'm going in circles and like I'm in the Sahara Desert with no end. And during these points, it does make me feel insecure as a writer because I feel like, why is it so hard to write if I really enjoy writing? And I feel like it's not the writing part that I is a hard point for me. I think it's the anticipatory anxiety and the perfectionism. Right now, I have horrible ADHD paralysis, and I've been building up a lot of guilt over the last few days over not being able to get to my writing because I tell myself I have to get a chapter done in a day, which I think could be a little much for me right now because I'm not in the flow of it. I'm coming back after having not feeling well for a couple weeks, and that broke my writing streak. Um, Today I told myself that if I could just get one page done, that it would be okay. Um, I also, to help myself not go in circles, am going to go through all the chapters I have left and create more of a list because right now I've just been doing my final edits and I'm not really keeping track of like which chapters are completely done. It's kind of a mess in my folder. So my goal is to go through and make a list of what chapters are completely done and I don't have to go back to, and which chapters I need to have left. I'm feeling a lot of anxiety, dread, and a lot of imposter syndrome. I feel like doing this video, I have to kind of keep coming up with new ways to kind of create that dopamine for me. Because once I have a writing routine, it works for a while, and then my ADHD, dyslexic, autistic brain says no. That's too boring. I need to find a new way to do it. So this is my latest way to motivate myself to write. But hopefully other people can relate to it, and I am determined to finish my final edits. I will find the end of this desert and finish. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so it's about 3 hours later, and I do feel a lot better. I had written in about 2 weeks, which after which is really hard to write. Um, I told myself, like for the last week, I've been like, okay, you're just gonna finish this chapter, editing a chapter in a day. And then I realized that my brain wasn't there anymore. And now I built up this like really awful anticipatory anxiety. So I told myself, just edit a page and then slowly do more. So my goal is to write every other day to finish my final edits. Um, Today I did just do a page, and at first it was really hard, but I said at least it's just a page. Um, and I had a really cranky attitude about it. I once I did the page, like I wanted to go finish the rest of the chapter, but I told myself just do a little today and make it feel easy. So I'm like, okay, tomorrow's not going to feel so bad. Or what is today? Sunday? Tuesday when I read again. My main goal for today was to organize. I feel like with ADHD, that's really important. Because we constantly, or at least I do, make a giant tangled mess of things. So I think it was real hard as I would sit down and I have 33 chapters right now, and I have many versions of them, different drafts, and I've changed the numbering of the chapters many times. So I kind of lost track of like, I would get to the computer to write, and I'd be like, well, where's the current chapter one? Like, but did I take that chapter out? And I got very confusing. So it took me about 2.5 hours to go through my computer, create a new folder called Final Revisions, which is one of many writing folders, but I kind of sorted the other ones away into something else or later. But I have a main folder now called Final Revisions, and I've taken all the completed chapters, put them in one folder, not going to touch those, and I know those are done. And then I found all the most current copies of the other chapters I had finished and put them in one folder. And then I made a checklist to put on my bulletin board because I like giving myself completion stickers to put a sticker next each chapter I've gotten done because I just kept editing in circles and it turned into like this huge unmanageable knot. And if I don't know where to start or where I am, and I had to like go through my outline as well when I was going through the chapters to double check because I had taken out chapters. So chapter 15 could now be chapter 13. That was fun. But I feel like now I'm gonna have a lot less writer's block because even though I was a little overwhelmed and I saw how much I still had to do, like at least I know what I'm working with and where I'm at rather than having a giant confused mess on my folder because I'm a horrible digital hoarder. But yeah, I think the key for myself, and maybe if you're struggling, is to tell yourself to keep very organized because you have to keep reorganizing yourself throughout the process and to tell yourself to just under promise what you tell yourself you're going to do. So for me, like one page broke the curse of writer's block for now after like 2 weeks of being paralyzed. So I had to, whenever I get stuck, the key is really to reorganize myself, and I may have to find a new way to do that. And I've had to find several ways throughout this novel. So reorganize and then start tiny, tiny, small, which for me is a page. And Tuesday might be 3 pages. So I have to promise myself to do less than I get done because I'm very good at pushing past my limits and then burning out. And I have to like constantly be like, you could do this and sit here for 10 hours and then not work on it for a month. Or maybe you could do like an hour a day. So that's where I'm at. Best of luck to anyone else going on this journey. Goodbye for now.